Fogo.
Hey everyone, so today we're going to talk about 3 tips that I recommend that will improve your photos drastically. So there's a lot of things that we could talk about, but I want to keep this video very simplistic. So 3 things that come to the top of my head is number 1, focus. Number 2 is cropping. And number 3, we're going to talk about the rule of thirds. So number 1, focus. It doesn't matter if your lighting is great. It doesn't matter if your subjects are posed correctly or awesome. If it's out of focus, you're not going to be able to use that shot. I mean, if you're going for something more artistic, then yeah, by all means, take an out of focus picture. But if you're trying to improve your photo taking skills, it's got to be in focus. If you're using your phone, this can be easily achieved just by pushing the monitor on the subject that you want to be in focus. Simple as that. If we're talking about a DSLR, then we have something, a concept known as single point AF. Now what that is when you look through the viewfinder, you're gonna see like a target, like a squared pixel target, and by moving the spots on the dialer on your DSLR, you're going to be able to choose where you want that dot to be on your subject. Now, what I recommend is when you're taking pictures of people, I strongly recommend that you select that dot, or you place that dot in that person's eye, one of their eyes. Because if their eye is in focus, then granted, their whole face is going to be in focus. So that's something I could offer you as advice. In terms of cropping, if you're shooting someone, you want to make sure you're not cropping their arms or legs. If you're taking a picture of, like, for example, of a house, you want to make sure that whole house is in your frame. You don't want anything that doesn't need to be in the frame can be cropped out. Everything that should be in the frame shouldn't be cropped out. So you got to know what to crop and what to leave in the photo. So that's my advice when it comes to cropping. The last thing we're going to talk about is the rule of thirds. So the rule of thirds is a compositional rule. It's something that photographers do to make their photos a little bit more interesting. So if we take our frame, it can be divided into 9 squares. What you want to do is place that subject somewhere where the squares are intersecting, where the lines are intersecting. What most people do is they put their subject in the center of the frame. Now that's fine if you're really starting out, but it can get kind of boring. An amateur photographer is going to put their subject in the center. A pro photographer, or someone with more composition in mind, is going to put either their subject on the left side of the frame or on the right side of the frame. Now what that does, it just makes a more interesting photo. If the person or the subject is facing sideways or profile, then it gives something to look forward to. It's more artistic. Alright guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I tried to make it as simple as possible with some examples. I really hope you guys will like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want me to make any more videos about a certain topic in photography, please feel free to comment. Thanks for watching.